Hello, my name is Olivia, and I'll be teaching you how to assemble, dissemble, and take care of your oboe. First things first, you're going to take your oboe reed and put it in a cup of water to let it soak. That is very important as you need your reed to be moist to play. You're going to let it soak for about 2-3 minutes, or as long as it takes for you to set up your oboe. We want to make sure it's nice and moist. To set up your oboe, you have two joints. You have your upper body and your lower body. You can tell this is the upper body because it has the area where you're gonna put your reed in. So you're gonna take the cork end of your upper body and your non-cork end of the lower body and connect them. And they have these little notches sticking out to line up. Now I'll show you. See how right here that's lined up, not lined up, lined up? We wanna make sure it is lined up. Then you're gonna take your bell, same concept, on the lower body joint, put it together, make sure it's all lined up. And this is what your oboe will look like without the reed. Now that we got some time before we put on the reed, let's talk about posture, articulations, and breathing before we start playing. So normally you'll be sitting, but you can also play the oboe standing up. So when you're sitting, you should be on the edge of the chair, set it nice and straight, and like ready to play. Standing up, I'm going to show you with this. If I had the reed in there, you'd be nice and straight at a 45-degree angle to play. Not down, that's not good. 45-degree angle. And that should be also when you're sitting is at a 45-degree angle. Breathing while you're playing, you should not be breathing with your shoulders. You should be breathing with your diaphragm. So this is the incorrect breathing. That's bad because it's giving you tension in your shoulders and just not enough breath support while you play. The good type of breathing is breathing outwards with your diaphragm. So you see how my shoulders barely move on the side profile? Bad breathing. Good breathing. That's the concept you'll be doing while playing the oboe. You want to make sure that's important because you need a lot of breath support while playing the oboe. It takes a lot of air to get a sound out and to make it sound in correct tonation. Another thing you're going to do is when you play is articulations. Imagine a grain of rice on the tip of your tongue and you're trying to flick it off. So that's the concept of articulating. You don't want to go pah, pah, pah. That's going to give you an awful sound. Now, when we talk about that, let's put the reed on that's now had time to soak up. You put it right here in this hole, and it's going to go straight down. You might have to twist a little bit and get it down as far as you can without trying to like force it down to get stuck. And should be grabbing with a little bit of the cork with the wire, and should be nice and straight, lined up with your oboe. And your right hand will be on the bottom, and your left hand should be on top. And on your right hand, you see this thumb area. This is where your thumb will be. It would go right underneath to help support it. Because if we didn't have it, you would have no support, and you'll be pressing down other keys. Also, when you play, you have these keys. I'm going to show you the left hand on the top on your upper body joint because those are the notes we're going to be learning. These are keys. They have tone holes. These little dots right here, those are tone holes. That helps make the note. You want to make sure your pad of your finger is covering them all the way or else air will escape. What I mean by that is the first note, 1, 2, 3, G, this is what it will sound like with the tone holes covered. And without the tone holes covered, if they were escaped. It's not a good sound. So, with that being said, let's learn the first note, G. 1, 2, 3. Cover the tone holes. That's great. Another thing I wanted to point out was your embouchure. You want to make an oo vowel. Oo, say it with me. Oo. Nice and tight on the corners. And that should be your embouchure when you play the oboe. So back to G. Articulate like a grain of rice, like this. Great. The next note we'll learn is A. 1 and 2. Ready? Now articulate. Great. Now, last note we'll learn is B. This one only. Articulate. Bravo. And that's how you'll play the oboe. Now, to dismantle your oboe, you'll take off the reed gently. Might have to twist it a bit. And you're going to leave it out a little bit before you put it in the case because it's important for your oboe reed to dry so it doesn't create mold. The next thing you're going to do is take off your bell, just twist it off, put it off to the side, and then your 2 joints, twist them gently. Then you're going to grab this cloth that has a string, and you're going to put it through your bell 2 times. Along with your upper body joint, always the bigger end, 2 times. And then you're going to put away your oboe. And that's how you put together, dismantle, and take care of your oboe.